Alrighty. Well, we got these guys that are here on the hole, and just waiting for their next victim. It's not going to be me. So, they are actively guarding this hole. Okay, he went through. He wasn't finding anything. I should troll them with the bubble. I mean, I could go get a bubbler, but you know, it wouldn't serve me much good other than to just cause them a little bit of annoyance, and maybe maybe they can get away. Use a bomber on him. I wonder what I could use to one-shot him. I could probably figure out something to one-shot a saber, but I have to do it from some sort of distance. His guys, when he's sitting here, his guys are sitting on the other side of the hole just ready. They're not off eating lunch or whatever. They are on the other side of the hole waiting to for the word to jump through and take action. So I could put a bubble on it that is a structure. They cost a little bit, though. You also have to have the rights in some circumstances to do that. I don't know if I have any characters here who have the skills for it's the same skills used for putting down a station, except you don't need as high as skills, I don't think. So all right, well, he's going to be coming through again. I'm sure of it. And so I think that I'm at a pretty safe distance here and everything. So let me come back to this guy and start working on the ship that I want to put him in, which is a Nyazu. I think that's how you pronounce it. Ninazu, something like that. So I want to get him into this. And I'm definitely going to need some definitely going to need some stuff added to my queue. I have a lot of stuff that I'm going to need for this. And the very first thing is like Galante Carrier. So 28 days to get into Mastery 1. Capital Myrmidon. Well, except this is a fax. So this is a support ship, not an attack ship. So the role of this is remote armor repair, remote shield booster, and this has bonuses to armor, whereas the ship that it'll be protecting is actually going to be a shield-based ship. Let me think about that for a second. So the lift here, this is to shield command and skirmish command. That's to armored command and skirmish command. 7.5% bonus to armor repair and capacitor booster amount. So that armor repair is not remote armor repair, it is its own armor repair. But it has the bonus to armored command. And this one has the bonus to shield command. And the ship that I just bought, this right here, and this is definitely a shield ship. It's not really designed for not really designed for armor. So I feel like I need these to be a good fit, a proper fit, a better fit, which kind of leads me to where this is really where this should go. But then if I'm not taking the other guy into a armor based, I don't have a second armor based here. Like, could this be... Like if I train her up into this, how far away would she be from doing like this? Twice as long. And that's because there's there's some other stuff here that I would have to train. No, actually it's the same. You know what? I might be able to put you can't rep a sieged dread. Oh, well, that tells you how much I've done with that. Really? You can't rep a siege dread? Well, that's interesting. Can't rep anything sieged. Okay. Well then... So Is that a newer change? Because like when I was in test, which it's been 2 or 3 years now since I've been in test, but in test they always had the rule that if you were going to take a capital ship out and do stuff, you had to have a fax as well that could rep it. And so that may not be kind of the methodology anymore then, huh? It might be that it just doesn't matter, and the fax is only going to come into play in fleet stuff. It's always been that way. Can't rep anything in siege. Okay. So let me ask this question from those of you that know. If I do if I do turn off the siege and then I have a fax there that can rep, is the rep from the fax enough to be a greater amount than its own internal rep when the dread is sieged? So like, which is better, having a fax and not being in siege, or not having the fax and just standing on your own? Depending on the fax fit. Yeah, so you mentioned that you can't do anything to siege except Marauder. Well, Marauder doesn't siege at bastions. I believe that's the difference. Plus, your rep will still be running. Yeah, but it won't be nearly as effective without the siege on. All right. So, overall, it's probably still a good idea to have a fax. So that way you can go in and try and save yourself, and you can lose 2 capital ships instead of 1, right? Because isn't that how it is? So does it matter if I'm... Okay, so there are 2 ships, 2 dreads that I'm looking at, and one is the Phoenix, which is Caldari, and then the other one is the Angel Dread, and the Angel Dread here, the Sarathiel, I'm only 3 days away from being able to fly this. This is primarily shield based, or... See, I know that Minmatar can be shield or armor, depending on the ship. And what I'm thinking is that if my Galante guy is in a Nyazu, then how effective would he be at repping shields? And would that be a problem because it wouldn't be an exact match? So it might be, it might not be. It might be that it's just, you know, because it's got the bursts too, and the command bursts of the Mimitar fax gives shields, the Galante fax gives armor bursts. And I don't know how yet I would be fitting the Cerathiel. I would assume kind of like the Macarial, where it is shield based, but that's not 100%. It might be able to go both ways. I find it pretty interesting that is this already unlocked for me? No. So what do I need? I need Minmatar Dreadnought and Galante Dreadnought. Okay. But it's not very far off on skills. 1 year, 2 months to be Mastery 5. I want to fly one of these, so I'm planning on it, but all right, let me make a note. Right. And this is Minmatar Carrier. So I don't even know where I'm going to get these books from. Oh, here they come again. And a stiletto. It's warping off. They're going out checking again. So they're just going to keep popping through. $1.3 billion. Well, there's a lot of stuff I need. I'm not sure where I'm going to buy these. If they keep jumping up, they'll collapse it soonish. He's just flying in a little ship, though, and it's a large hole. $1.3 billion to buy all of these books. Like, I don't know. What's the premium on buying them this way? Is it like 30% or something? So I'm really paying like 300 million extra to buy them remotely. You know, for capital stuff, it's nearly a 100% markup. What? Okay, so let's see, market browser. So 550 million. Doesn't tell what each one would be. I'd have to look all of these up. All right, let's look at jump drive operation. Or just capital ships. Let's look at just capital ships. Are there any pre-requirements for that? No. So 585 million. The 25% markup. So essentially, oh, here they come. Are they? Yep. They have a target. Damn, where'd they go?
Warp drive active.
We went this way? The hell is out there? Ah.
Warp drive active.
So he didn't read the warning. And I think they have him scrammed. So he can't get away. They have a Brutix, Omen, 2 Omen Navy issues, Stiletto. Boy, he's holding on a long time. Nope. And there he goes. I think he was going after the loot. Another guy. Oh, the MTU is picking it up. The MTU is picking up the guy's loot. So, yeah, this is what they're doing. They got another one. So, do you think they're going to go in there and then kill the MTU to try and get the loot? I'll bet you that they are.
Welcome to the Dragons.
Dave levels up _ just followed.
Dave, welcome. Boy, he warped right by me to another spot in here. Are they waiting for somebody else to come in here or something? I wonder if they found another target.
Warp drive active.
Oh man, this is the guy that died earlier. He lost to Kronos. Oh, he's on a safe here. Okay. He's fine.
Docking request accepted.
Thoughts about the war? Not really. I just know they're at war. It's good for people who produce ships, stuff. Oh, I'm not gonna be able to do much in here with these guys doing this. They're very aggressive. They're actually, we looked at their kill board and they're very good at what they do. They're very efficient at their methods of popping through wormholes and bringing the right ships to attack different things. Right. Well, I don't know that watching the hole is going to do me any more good or anything like that. I know exactly where it's at, and so
Warp drive
so it's about a 25% margin on buying books, skill books that are
docking request accepted.
you know, just auto insert, you know, from the system, as opposed to buying them on the market. And there's none in our entire region here of these books that I was looking at. So it may just be that I'm gonna have to just buy them, unless I want to take a trip into town. You know, I can save myself about 250 million. Or do I just say, don't worry about it, let's just get this stuff started? And I kind of feel like, don't worry about it, let's just get this stuff started. So all right, so buy and train 1.378. What is create skill plan? I've never really used this stuff before. That's the skill plan. Okay. So what do I just save it? How do I add it? Okay. Well, skill plans. Personal plans. Interesting. Start training. Okay, well, we got to buy the stuff first, right? Where'd that menu go? Oh, I don't even see it. Gosh darn it. Okay. So I didn't realize that I canceled it. Let's see here. Show skill plan. Start training. Buy missing skill books. Okay. There we go. 1.4 billion into skill books. And then start training, huh? Okay. Interesting. I've never noticed that show up there before. Okay. Very interesting. I've never used this system before. So, let's see here. Is that required for something there? Gravimetric sensor compensation? I'm not sure that it is. Okay, we're going to move all of this. I think we can move it down, right? Yep. Good. There we go. Okay. So now I'm well on my way on my skill plan for the lift. And then I need to add two things to this. I need to add Galante Dreadnought and Minotaur Dreadnought. So I inject. All right. Okay, where is it? Minotaur Carrier, Minotaur Dreadnought. There are prerequisites needed. Okay. That's Minotaur Carrier. There's the Minotaur Dreadnought. So what's the prerequisite needed? Oh, there is none. So, oh yes, there is. Tactical Weapon Reconfiguration 1. Okay. Got it. Okay. Oh, man. So, it's not a very long skill plan that I've got here to be able to sit into it, but to fly it effectively, like I haven't even looked at the weapons yet. And so this is all about the hull. And I need to think about which is more important, like getting into the lift, which is a fax, or the Serathiel, which is a dread. And the Serathiel is going to take more training than the fax. So, and the fax is going to back up my Kaldar. Okay, the fax has to be first, and at least up to a certain level. Like at least up to Mastery 3, if not Mastery 4. That way, it can be effective in helping to protect my Phoenix. So, okay, there's one other Galante Dreadnought. I need this as well. This one's cheaper. Now that's interesting. Okay. Wonder why that one was cheaper. So, do the faxes go into siege mode as well? They may. And it's been quite a while since I flew one, and so it's like I don't know particularly what changes there may have been or whatnot. So base, let's see, lift. So it's called, right? A lift? Right, shit here for... Is it too short of a word to... they go into triage, which is similar. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's called a lift, and I can't search for it. problem. I try and search for Lif here, and it just doesn't find it. Hole in class. Facts. Yeah, it really should show the... I wish the search was a little bit smarter in here. It's behind my image here a little bit. But I search for Lif, and these don't come up. And when you're searching for only that, it should give you the results of the name that is that, as opposed to names that contain that. Contain that second, is that first. That's the way I would think it should be. So, Lif, active shield, armor, active shield, links, healer. That one's kind of omni. Wonder what the cost on that's going to be. I didn't see before I...
Welcome to the Dragons.
Siren Healer 1 just followed.
Aaron Healer, welcome. Alrighty. 8.8 billion. Damn. Do I have to buy more skill books? Yeah. Another 95 million. Does the Alliance not have fittings? Oh, they may. They may very well have fittings. But see, the difference between using an Alliance fitting is for a fleet. Me, this is just to come save my own piece of shit. Where I will be flying this and coming in, you know, I might ask for help or whatnot if I needed it, but this is going to fly in to save my dread if necessary. And but I don't know that the fits that our Alliance has will be more effective in a fleet, and what I'm putting together here is got to be as effective as possible solo. It may work in a fleet too, but it's got to be more empowered for solo. And so, you know, just figuring that out. So I got to see, like, this is some pretty expensive. This is pretty expensive here. 8.8 billion. Like, I don't know that that's going to be a good deal or not. make sure I'm not spending more on my facts than I'm saving. I think you're very correct in saying that. So, yeah. Need a response fleet to kill newts, otherwise just die slower. Yeah, it's a little bit of a gamble there, isn't it? Don't know that Alliance would like Fitz to be streamed too. Well, yeah, I mean, all they have to do is look at War Report, Silvapid, you know, and to see what fits are being used out there. It's not like if I'm streaming it, I'm just making it easier for people to see. They can 100%, anybody with a couple of searches can figure out what the fits are being used by an alliance. So unless they just change doctrine and they're going out for the first time with a new doctrine. So it's kind of like why part of why I don't hide my system and stuff like that is because I just have to think about it differently. If I have done, and somebody taught me a very interesting lesson one time, and that was that when you are out in space, even if you block out everything that shows the name of the system, did you know that the starfield backgrounds that you can see in there also are unique per system? And so people who are very visual on stuff like that can look at that and say, I know within a couple of systems where you are. And and they don't need anything telling the system name next door, none of that. They can do it just by seeing what you see in the background when you are in space. Yes, and they're unique per region, and they change system to system within that region. And so what you're seeing in there is other regions or focal points within your region. And so the closer you get to that focal point, the bigger it's gonna present, and the smaller the other ones around you are going to appear. And I'm not visual that way. I can't, maybe if I really worked at it, I could tell, stuff like what all is going on, where they are. And, a really good example of that is the Star of New Eden. I forget what it's called now. But for quite a ways around it, that one is seen, and the closer and closer you get, the bigger and bigger it gets. So anyway, you can't if they want to get you, they're going to get you. If they want the information, if they want to get the information of where you're at, there are so many ways. So all right, so here is a fax that is out here, 5.5 billion for the LIF. I don't know, like, what if it happens to be the same. Capital Core Defense, Safeguarder 2, Capital Core Defense, Operational Solidifier, and Capital EM Reforcer 2. It actually has the exact stuff that I'm looking for. So let's look on the market here. And see what they're selling for. Over 6 billion. All of them for sale are over 6 billion. Buy orders. 3, 2, 1. I'm kind of thinking that this might be a good yeah, it might be a good one. Let's see here. So without the lift, everything else 3.1 billion. These are actually not very expensive. Okay. So 3.1 billion says it's going to be 8.8 billion on the fit, 5.5 there. I am judging that this is a good deal. So yeah, I'm judging this. This is at least it probably not a spectacular deal, but it's not a bad deal. So, and it has the right rigs for the fit that I'm doing. So there we go. Just bought a lift hole. All right. Watching on YouTube. See you in the next episode.